The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus to read for minutes, published the 15th of December 2019, updated the 15th of December 2019. The Soviet feature film, Parade of Planets, is a fantastic and exciting story that stands out sharply among the entire cinematic range. Unusual images, a confusing storyline and impeccable acting by the cast. But what is the true meaning of the movie, Parade of Planets? What is this picture about? What is the movie, Parade of Planets, USSR? Distant 1984. 6 heroes who are 40 years old. Characters are suddenly called to the military training camp of reservists. These men are the last to be called up at this age. Heroes will have to forget about the measured ordinary life. A factory worker, a scientist astronomer, a loader, a butcher, a trolleybus driver, an architect. Simple people, simple professions. Collective images representing the society of the USSR of that time. In everyday life, the heroes are practical. They are mired in household chores, routine, work problems and difficulties. All their free time they devote to housekeeping and everyday life. In addition, the actors have different values and priorities. Their views on life practically do not coincide. But they were united by military training camps. During the next exercise, the heroes perfectly coped with the task at hand. However, suddenly they were liquidated by the enemy. According to the scenario of the commander, the characters died. Therefore, the actors had a few more days before the end of the training camp. The heroes decided to spend this time on themselves. They deliberately missed the train and went to the village to be in nature away from the noisy city. Ahead of them awaits a series of temptations, unexplained phenomena, random events and interesting meetings. After a while, the heroes witness a mysterious parade of planets. The village of Koskovo, an open field, an unforgettable journey. Men's games are over, in the memory there are only memories. The meaning of the movie, Parade of Planets. The movie, Parade of Planets, is about youth gone forever. The movie tells about the search for the meaning of existence. This picture makes you think about your life. What purpose do we pursue? What do we know about our purpose? What do we want to leave behind? The heroes have previously met at the training camp. However, they have not seen each other for 20 years. And now there was a long-awaited meeting. First they get to an unusual village, in which only single women live. Then chance brings them together with a mysterious character with a boat. Finally, the actors find themselves in a nursing home. But who do they see there? The men suddenly realize that the residents of this place are themselves in their old age. A strange and mysterious coincidence. But what does it mean? Sitting around the fire, the men begin to revisit the events of their youth. But everyone associates his youth with a different memory. Someone has a spouse in the first place, someone talks about friends and buddies. Everyone has different values and views. It's as if the heroes have nothing in common at all, they are not destined to exist together. A magical and inexplicable discovery. The image of planets in the movie is not accidental. Each celestial body has its own orbit, its own trajectory. So each person has his own way of life, his own meaning of existence. His own trials, which must be passed with dignity. Their own difficulties that must be overcome under any circumstances. The director showed us the former life of the characters. The audience understands that after the meeting of the heroes everything will change. They will no longer be the same, random circumstances have changed them. In our lives there are constantly new people. Someone has a strong influence on us, someone we forget immediately after meeting. But all faces are sent to us by fate, not by chance. All meetings are aimed at making a person reveal his own I and find out who he really is. The meaning of the ending of the movie, Parade of Planets. Heroes are the same planets with different orbits. Having met for a moment, having spent an interesting time together, they return to routine life. They lined up in a parade of planets to remember this moment, which will never happen again. Each of the characters experienced incredible drama within themselves. But the characters managed to look at themselves from the outside. The men realize that we are all different. With different characters, strengths and weaknesses, temperaments. Something one manages to do easily and effortlessly, but others cost incredible effort. Condemn a person for the fact that he is not like you, it is not worth it. Each of us is a whole planet with a rich inner world. The real heroes of any time are ordinary people. The movie, Parade of Planets, looks at a period of stagnation. Collective images show what kind of population left most of the Soviet society. People are focused solely on their problems and difficulties. They live in their own world, not paying attention to the events happening in society. They do not need dialogue, they are withdrawn. Heroes even in their thoughts do not want to touch other people's troubles and difficulties. They simply do not need it. When the heroes watched the Parade of Planets, they were counting on the heavens to tell them the right path. They were waiting for a sign to guide them along the trajectory of change. After all, without a stimulus, a push, heroes are incapable of meaningful action. However, only by force of will we are able to change anything.